doesn't.
Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Deezy, coming straight from Compete Street. And I'm right now covering the RBE Lift Your Soul event. And so far, we starting off with some fire. Starting off with a little fire. It's a little rocky, but we starting off with some fire. So like I said, it's the RBE Lift Your Soul event. This is one of the biggest events so far this year, 2018. As you know, 2017 was crazy in battle rap. And they starting off the gate, you know, crazy right now. You know, this is probably the biggest event I've seen so far. You know, the URL event, the Survivor Series was big, but it's not this kind of big. So RBE, they wanted to be fresh out the gate with it. You know, with battles like John versus Bigg K and Jimz, who, you know, is probably the underdog right now, going against Goodz. And then you got the Cannons, Big, Young Cannon, going against DNA, and the nigga that always bring it, your man Clips. You got Loso going against Bad News in the comeback battle. I mean, you got a couple, you know, excuse me, you got a couple one-rounders that I'm about to get into. The first one-rounder that I'm going to get into was Chip Gambino versus Kush Cloud. I've heard the names. I haven't covered either one of these dudes much. You know, I will go back if it's somebody I haven't heard a lot from. I try to make it my business to go back and listen to, you know, some old stuff if I didn't hear a lot, because I don't consider me, you know, knowing them as a battle rapper until I've actually heard at least three battles. At least three battles I need from you for me to say I'm familiar with you. You know, but once again, it's Kush Cloud versus Chip Gambino. Let's get into it. Gambino came out storming. I will say that he's different. He's different. He got that down south sound, and it worked for him. You know, he bar heavy, you know, and he was giving it up. I liked it. You know, he had me feeling it. And this is where the problem came in. You got the live pay-per-view I'm watching right now, and we having a little technical issues. When Kush Clouds start, you know, getting into it, started out a little slow. It was a little, you know, a little dry start. You know, I will say that. You know, it was fire, but what was the bar? I can't get the bar. I'm not gonna try to quote nothing because I can't remember it. But he came out with a fire bar. It's probably the best bar I heard in this battle. And right after that, it just was this buzzing noise, and it just didn't stop for the rest of the battle. It pretty much stayed up the whole battle. And so I really can't judge that battle. I got to go back and listen to that on demand. So I will get back to you on this battle. Like I said, this your boy Deezy from Compete Street. Shout out to my man TD Barry. Shout out to my man Bad Money, Mike. You know, Compete Street, we in here. So I'm covering this one. That battle, it was starting out to be something special, and you know, they ruined it for me. So we go back and watch. No biggie. We go back and watch the, you know, the replay, should I say. This next battle I'm getting into. Hayes the Gift versus Truth Watson. Another one with a battler I wouldn't say I'm familiar with. Heard the name, seen him once. Hayes the Gift. Truth, I've heard of. I've seen him plenty times. I expect a lot from Truth. I didn't get a lot from Truth. Well, you know what? Let's just say I did get a lot from Truth, but I got a lot of nothing from Truth. He was fire. He was cooking, and sometimes too much of one thing can be a bad thing. Hayes came out. He was good. He won this battle to me. He won this battle because he was consistent. When Truth came out, he spit. Man, this was a long round, And I would have probably, he actually was spitting fire. I would have probably given him the round, or given him the match, if it wasn't so long. It was long winded, and eventually, it was like tiresome. And not only that, he choked. He choked midway through the round, and it was a long round. So if he choked mid through the long round, like, he should have wrapped it up, because he actually recovered from the choke. He recovered, so it was really a stumble. He recovered from it and came back with some fire. So if he would have wrapped it up within the next few bars after the choke, I probably would have given it to him. But he didn't do that. He kept it going, and it, kind of lost his touch. So I would give that one to Hayes the gift, and that's where we at right now. What's going on? What's going on? We back at it. Compete Street. This your boy Deezy. And we back in here. So we just finished up the first half of today's events. Once again, I'm covering the RBE live pay-per-view stream of Live His Soul. That's the event, Live His Soul event. Now I'm about to wrap up our first couple, fire battles. The first one was Nice and Heavy Half. That battle was dope. That was a dope ass battle. I can honestly say that was pretty much like my first time getting deep into these dudes. I seen highlights and clips of them. It was my first 4 battles getting into them, and I like what I saw. First round was a little debatable to me. It was close. The first round was a close one. I had to give the first round. If I had to give it to somebody, I would give it to Heavy Half. Yeah. Heavy took that. But it was close. That first round was very, very, very close. Nice came with fire. Second round, I had to give that to Nice, because Nice was talking that shit. He was talking to him. And Heavy didn't come. I think the second was clear. I think Nice took that easily in the second. So first debatable to Heavy, second clear to Nice. Third round, this one was hard. Again. It was another debatable, but one that I also had to give to Heavy. He went off. He went bananas, and everything I liked about him in the first, he doubled that in the third, should I say. And I thought it was going to be, a clear third round for Heavy, but once again, Nice comes back. He's solid. He had 3 solid rounds. He had a major round, but it just wasn't enough. It didn't have enough oomph and enough fire to get the victory. I'll give it 2-1 to Heavy. 2-1 to Heavy, but it's very, very debatable. And it's a fire battle. It's a dope battle. So y'all got to check that out. Next, we're going to get into this Loso. I don't even know if I want to get into this. Loso versus Show Off. So going into this battle, I wanted to think it was going to be fire. Show Off has a history, a past of being dope and having dope battles. But I was a little concerned because I figured it was going to take the same angle a little bit. Not maybe the exact same, but as the B-Dot battle with Loso. And that battle was fire in its own. And we don't need another, holy war. I didn't want, well, if that's what you could call it, but I didn't want another battle like that. And I figured this would pretty much turn into that. And that's exactly what it did. Show Off, he decided to, take not the same approach, but another religion bashing approach, which everybody pretty much does, but he took it to another level. He kept it to the theme of Lift Your Soul, and I guess apparently that's what he attempted to do. The problem with that is, with a battler like Loso, with the bars and the angles that he's capable of bringing to the table, you got to bring bars. I don't care. This is battle rap. You ain't winning. You ain't winning a street battle in battle rap. You're not fighting. You're not throwing hands. So You got to bring bars. You can come with all the schemes you want. They're not going to land correctly if it's not bars added to it. So, obviously, first round, there's no need for me to get into this. It was kind of a mockery of a battle in a sense. I'll let you guys watch it yourself so you can give your opinion on it. But I felt it was like a mockery. It should have been better. He should have came with better material. I know he's capable of coming with better material, but he didn't. This was a clear 3-0. Might have been a lazy second from Loso, but a terrible second from Show Off. And I don't even like using that word when I'm talking about battlers because, I try to keep open minded and I don't want to put my feelings on you guys. You have to see it yourself. You might like it. You might. I didn't even like the whole battle. And Loso's my guy, but something was stolen from this battle. It was issues with Tom. It was a lot of bickering back and forth. It was a lot of people interfering with the battle, making noise when the other battler was rapping, which is Loso. It was a lot going on in this battle, and ARP needs to clean that up. He needs to get that up together because the Tom issues, that was, but dope battle, I guess, if it fits you. But we got fire coming. Next thing we should get into is DNA and Charlie Clips versus Big Cannon and Young Cannon. I had a lot of expectation for this battle, so I couldn't wait to cover it. It was a lot. The Cannons went first. They had fire. I want to say the Cannons are good, man. Both of them solo artists. They're dope. They dope battlers. Both of them. Different and dope. But when you're going into a 2-on-2, when you're going into a 1-on-1, with these two top tiers, the way they rebuttal, the way they freestyle, and the way they just are able to be in sync with other artists, it's just a different, it's a different breed, it's a different breed of battle rapper. Everybody can't do it. It takes years of being able to be in sync with another artist like they are. And even though K-Shine and DNA are usually doing their thing, it's like it didn't miss a beat. I think Clips and DNA by far took all 3 rounds. The Cannons, like I said, it wasn't weak at all. It wasn't anything weak about any of their rounds. It's just when you're dealing with this type of tier of rappers and battle rappers, it's just like, it's levels, man. It's levels. Shout out to Big Cannon, Young Cannon. Y'all did y'all thing. But Clips and DNA, like, showstoppers. Like, these are showstoppers, man. And they had bar after bar, rebuttal after rebuttal. Clips did his usual freestyle thing. And it was so much going on in that battle. It was a good, dope battle. I like the back and forth. Cannons also rebutted a few times. It was dope. Y'all really gonna enjoy that battle. Y'all really gonna enjoy that battle when it drop. I believe so. But that's just my opinion. That's for y'all to check it out yourself. Tell me what y'all think. Next up, another, highly touted battle. Bigg K versus John the motherfucking Don. Excuse my language. But I say that because that man surprised me today. I chose, in my predictions, I chose Bigg K. And because he been on fire, he been consistent a lot lately. But it seemed like every time I come across a consistent battler that's just fire after fire after fire battle, they dropped the ball on one. And I guess this was for me, this is my opinion. This is Bigg K's ball drop. And it's not that he was whack. It's just, John was just a little better. I think K could have probably took the first. He might could have took the first. Yeah, because John first was a little It was a few bars in there, but even the crowd, the reaction told it all. He came out storming in the second. Bigg K second was weak. Yeah, K's was kind of, it wasn't weak. You know what? It was okay, but it just, by his standards, when you set a high standard for round, it was kind of off. That's the only thing about when you reaching up to that top tier status, when you going to that next level, when you just reach up, we looking for rounds. We looking for every round to be fire, and it's you become your own worst enemy, because when you get to a status and you start taking rounds off, or you half-assing rounds, that we only going to remember, to fire you. So we comparing you to yourself, and I believe that round two from Bigg K was a little weak. And John always dope. Don't get me wrong. I just didn't think he could beat this battle. But once again, John was fired in the second. He took the second easy. It was a lot of things going on with the time. That's been like a thing. It's been kind of happening throughout the whole event. Time issues. So that was just another thing that was going on. Also, we went into round three. What was that, round two? What's round? They had a little, minor scuffle. It was a little minor issue. Don't quote me on which round it was. I think it was two. It was two or three, and it was a little pushing and shoving. Things got out of hand. They cleaned it up. Everything got back to normal. No big deal. From what I understand, I even heard after the battle, these guys went around the corner amongst themselves like grown ass men, and they settled their differences, or maybe even if they just talked it out and went their separate ways. That's okay. That's grown man stuff. So once again, forgive my language. So third round, Bigg K seemed a little shook. He was a little shaken from all the commotion that was going on and complaining about time, and he lost that round too. So I give it to John 2-1. John took this battle. Good battle though. Good battle. It was bars in there. It was bars. Don't let me confuse you. It was a good battle. The last battle, after the John battle, I apologize, fans. I apologize because I dropped the ball, or this video would have probably happened yesterday. But I was watching a live event, and I had a long day yesterday, and I pretty much, I dozed on it. So I missed the main event. By now, I don't have to say what happened. You already know what happened in this main event. The main event I'm talking about is Goodz versus Jimz. Wow. I didn't expect to wake up to that when I did fall asleep. I tried to go back and watch the on demand. It's not available yet. Hopefully it becomes available. Truth be told, they might just withhold that from on demand. I would understand that. But we all know what happened. Yada, yada, yada. There was a few words shared in the third round, and obviously Goodz didn't like what was said. He didn't like what was returned, what was returned to him, what was said in return, and he teed off on my man. Jimz, and a big fight ensued. From what I understand, the live broadcast was interrupted, and there's plenty of videos and everything. We're not gonna share the footage. There's plenty going around. Y'all can see what happened. Y'all already know. Right or wrong or indifferent, each battler had their reason for doing what they done. I don't agree with it. I understand, but Goodz, you better than this. You better than this, Goodz. You know this. Everybody knows this. You better than this. Emotions took part. I understand everybody knows how Goodz feels about his daughter. So apparently it was some misunderstandings in the wordplay, and he took offense. And just like any man with a child or a daughter or a son, some people just don't play that. Battle rap or not, some people just don't play it. I understand. I get that. But I think it was taken out of context. I think it could have went differently had he thought about it. But that's what happens on this. On the other hand, that's what happens when you're an artist and you making idle threats to a grown man. You can't be making idle threats. You're making idle threats saying what you would do, and things just escalated in this battle. So I think all the things leading up to the battle kind of led to a premature, or should I say, it wasn't, it was unwarranted retaliation, you know, with that punch. People calling it a sucker punch, whatever you want to call it, but it was unnecessary. It was right and wrongs on both sides, so it is what it is. Y'all want to check that out? Y'all know what to do. You're not going to see it on Compete Street because we are not going to show that video. But YouTube, you know what to do with it. YouTube it, Google it, whatever you got to do. Periscope, well, I don't care what you got to do. Go check it out. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Another thing, I want to say Happy Black History Month. Shout out to everybody that's celebrating. I'm celebrating. Y'all check the t-shirt out. Or check the sweatshirt out. It's Black History Month, baby. These the superheroes. So check us out. Enjoy your day. Stay blessed. We out.